How would I do that? Push the button. Just push the button. Did it. Well, midnight. I was supposed to be on a minute ago, but women. Um, been one interesting day. Let me tell you. Like in a good way though. In a really good way. Hit a sorry. Um, yeah. Did some podcasts, some unexpected ones and stuff. And yesterday I was with Jacko Harlan. I know some of you guys probably know him on here. Back in the day, Superman 2, and then I think it was like King Kong or Godzilla, one of them. But the great Jacko Harlan, he also did the book Family Legacy. His dad was the great, the guy, the mafia, Anastasia. So they're doing another. They're doing a. They are doing a. I think it's a mini series, and then like a kids. I think like book or movie has to do with bullying. Let me tell you, that was my third show at Jack O'Halloran. First tour audio, I think it was 219 and 220. Yeah, and then 221 we did video. Call him Uncle Jack, like my Italian uncle. Because he's man. Let me tell you, he very knowledgeable, and he the things he talked about. He lived through Kennedy and stuff. He remembers it like yesterday. Wrote about it too. So go and check it out. Amazon. Um, yeah. So he's always just full of knowledge. I dig Jack. I just get a kick out of it. And like I said, like my Italian uncle, like, like tell me more, Uncle Jack. I'm just like, and all you have to do is just go, and he'll just give it to you. You don't even really have to ask questions. He'll just, but it's always a pleasure. So yeah, so that was yesterday, and then today, and then the day before that, I did a really cool one with Chris Gully. He has the Nerds on Ice and all that stuff. So they focus in on like the black nerds and all that stuff because it's a whole history. I'll put it like this: I'll let you guys know when that airs, or I'll send a link. I think everybody would like it. I had a ball because my son is like into anime. He likes anime. He likes was that Naruto? To say right? And I mean, for the most part, like I love cartoon. Like I wear have a lot of like cartoon like shirts and stuff. Like every time we go to GameStop, I don't go for games. I'll go straight to the like. Where's the sweater aisle? Where's the socks? Last time I walked out, I had PlayStation gear. He's like, "Mom, you don't even play PlayStation. You don't have one. What's your point?" Means nothing. It's a sweater. What's gonna wear this sweater? The PlayStation? Like, come on, you know, like the hat and stuff. Yeah. Anywho, but my part of it all, which I'm really excited about to do an episode with them again, is on The Walking Dead because we got in on that a little bit. And, I know my shit. I don't think there's anybody out there that can really hang with me in that area. I'm just saying, if you can, then kudos to you. But good luck trying. Um, yeah. So then here comes today, and did podcast with Agnes, PJ Agnes. He's like a former MMA fighter. Now he teaches youth self defense, and then he helps like people and families with safety and all that stuff. Like over in Texas when they had about the windmills and stuff, so they like spot stuff like that and send out safety precautions and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that's what if you hear that in the background, it's my AC. Whew, 'cause I was sweating up in here. Yeah, at this time in the morning. California. Gotta love it. Everybody has their weather. And you know we're good for what? Fires. But hey, what do you say? Today was an interesting day. I've been looking for my ID all day. And I know it's probably just sitting around me somewhere, so I just calmed down. I didn't freak out. Uh I just have been like, I know it's probably in the obvious spot, so I'm just like, where were you? Because I just handed you off yesterday, and now you're gone. I needed to be able to pull some money out tomorrow for this computer my son's dad sent money for. So my son waiting and waiting for this computer because Amazon don't know what happened. Had to send the money back because still don't know what happened. So had to send it to me so I can send off for it. And then what happens to me? Looking for my ID. But this is what I took it as. Maybe it was meant for me not to. Sometimes when we're in a rush to go somewhere or we're going somewhere, sometimes God intervenes because it's probably protecting you for something. Well, we got to think about those things, when we just start like, we can't, when something's out of our control. Not personally, I think it was kind of because of what happened afterwards. I had went over to that app Stereo. I don't know if you guys know about that one. That really, they've come a long way. It's a pretty cool app. I actually like it. They're pretty decent stuff over there. They really came a long way, really. So I ended up over there. But how I ended up over there? Okay. I was on Instagram and I seen one of my buddies that I met over there. He has told me about how that he's been kicking him out everywhere, kicking him face, Clubhouse over there. And, it's not like he's a bad guy or anything. Actually, he's a really good guy, great guy. He just like to tell the truth. These days censorship is at its highest peak. Like, you just hear those like those noises in your phone and stuff, and you already know what that is. I know what it is. I'm not stupid. I know what it is because it happens at certain times. I'm just like, you people need to get a life because I am not talking about anything that I haven't said before. So, anywho, so I end up over there, check my Instagram, and he said he couldn't get back in. They told him that he was, what did he say? Like something that had to do with tarot card reader. I don't know. He might have freaked them out or something. I don't know. So I said, okay. I said, oh, I got a good idea. I said, how about I go over there and go on, and then I get on stage and I start asking for you, like, where is he? Need to talk to him. But no, I ended up going like to one of his shows that he had did in there prior to see if I could like, because you can call people from Stereo, And then I called his, and he was able to get in through the back door. So I don't think Stereo thought about that. So Stereo, if you're listening, gotcha. Now, granted, if they kick him out, don't let him back in, or they don't let me back in, hey, what are you gonna say? It was worth it, because we had a really good conversation. So prior to that, when he was over Instagram and I went to go do some recon, to go check it out and see what I could do. I ended up getting stuck on one of the shows he had did like maybe some weeks prior, and it actually was him and two other people talking about the Bible. I had earlier that day had mentioned it to my son, and I was like, we have to, you know, start getting back into our, just scripture, just get back into the habit of reading, even if it's just partial parts, whatever it may be, but and that just came into my heart. Um, and then I said it again to somebody else. So I was just like, we should do a Bible study in one of the social audio rooms. I'm telling you, I mean, why? I mean, after everything that I've been seeing in this world that's going on, it makes you, like, yeah, like, yeah, no, this is not the business here. America is tripping. Am I crazy? No, it's not me. It's America. Save yourselves, people. that's what I feel like right now. So I was just like, Jesus. But anywho, so I ended up stumbling upon that show there, right? Like I was like into it really deep, listening. I was like, interesting. And it's not like I never read the Bible. I've been to church all my life. Not like every time, been baptized 3 times though. They say third time's a charm. So trust me, I know about the Bible. And some people don't. If they don't, they shouldn't really say anything about it. It's kind of weird. You don't want to mess around. You don't do that with God's words. You don't be misguiding. That's one thing I can't really, not say I don't respect, but I don't play with. Like, don't misguide people if your understanding of the Bible is, you have like none, and then you telling people stuff like that's not really good. See, I stuttered there a little bit. I'm like, mm-mm-mm. You gotta be careful with that. Because some people don't get it. Like, I'm not going to get into that right now, but so that's what I was watching. Then I ended up getting back over there, like, oh, shoot. He waited and he's like, so what's up? I said, okay, I'm going to go back. Said I was, nice show. So I went back and I called him and he answered. I was like, is that you? I was like, oh, shoot, we're in here. And I was wondering what Stereo was thinking because I think they banned him. I was like, well, you didn't do a good enough job, but he just got in through the back door. So we're just going to stay. No, but that turned into something positive too. We talked about everything under the sun, like him and I, we just talking about stuff, and then topics change and stuff. And I didn't realize the title because I was like, how do you get it? And I remember I called him, so that's his room. I was confused. I don't know, but it was saying basically about Jesus. What it say? It says accept Jesus as your. He didn't say Lord and Savior. Accept Jesus Christ, or not? He didn't use Christ. Did he? No, Jesus. Okay, so that's what it was titled, and I think we had already talked about that already, but or maybe no. I think we got into we were talking about it. 'Cause, if you ever been to Stereo, they have I'm gonna wrap this up so I can get to the point of the title. They have where you can go solo now, or you can have like a group. Because before it was just chill. So I keep thinking there was a third party, but eventually there was. Oh, it was an audience member. And so we're just like talking about different parts of it and how it applies and the similarities and stuff. And because I'm first of all, I'm not religious. First, second of all, religion is not automatic. Doesn't mean God. So when you hear people talk about God, they'd be like, oh, they're religion. Two separate things. If you go look in the dictionary, it'll tell you the definition of religion. You know? Okay. And so that went well. And then here comes Lord Jim. To make a long story short, Lord Jim was trying to sell us some BS, because when sometimes when you got the spirit stuff, the devil come walking along trying to mess it up. They're like, doo-doo. And we just weren't having it. It was like, yeah, you can talk, you can hang out, but I mean, we not buying anything you're saying right now because he just tried so hard to convince us. I think the time flew by and we were in there for a few hours. Because either way it goes, even if when he came in there on some hot mess BS and thought we were like naive and simple, like we could be moved, it went on for a few hours. And I mean, I wasn't bothered by it. I thought it was healthy conversation because we could have been doing so much worse. We were having, discussion about, God and everything. And so that's how I know like that was supposed to happen. Just how all those events played up to me having, because actually that was quite a few hours that we were, you know, talking and reading and looking up scripture and just applying it to life and like what it means and what the word says and how Bibles are all been tampered with, you know, obviously. And we are just talking about how like he takes all the different versions of them and just reads them all so he doesn't, he can cover the ground. So you know. So that's how that started off. So a pretty pleasant day, and kind of in a different type of mood, and that's a good thing. It's a very familiar mood, you know. And it is almost one, and that's okay because tomorrow is Sunday. I rhyme. And so yeah, so that was that. So here we are. Here we are. And you saw the title. It said, let me see if I remember. Ladies and guys. Yes. I have a message. My message is no. Okay, so this is why I brought this up. I was like, just shooting off the dome, right? But lately, first let me just start by saying, and this could just be me. Well, it is me. And then maybe to help others understand that to each his own, and one or 20,000 doesn't mean that all are the same, if that makes sense. Like, I'm my own person. I don't really like when people group people and be like, and women need to. And I'd be like, here you go. Makes no sense. Or all women, kind of like in a way where you're insinuating all women. Just want to clear that up. That makes no sense at all whatsoever because you don't know all women. Makes no sense. So be more specific. You really should. Or get off the stage. That's how I feel about that. You should, because you might have a better audience, a better listening ear if you be more mindful of stuff that comes out of your mouth. Because it could, if I'm the outsider looking in and that's what it sounds like, then and that's the case because let somebody be the first one to say all men something. Then they're gonna make sure we get it. So give it the same respect, and for the fact that it's common sense that doesn't make sense because can't say all women cheat or all women that because either you trying to insinuate that I'm not one, and that's a damn lie. um. So yeah, and yeah, so a lot of I get that a lot, like majority, like 99% of the stuff that was people will say in regards of women, I don't fit none of that shit. So you should try again, okay, and start individualizing people. Because I don't say all men are the same or all men are this, all men are that, because that wouldn't be too smart of me. And I'm smart. I consider myself to be smart because I don't know all men. So you know, it's that damn critical thinking they took out of school. So I just want to clear that up because it might help with communication more if we actually cared about certain things. As soon as you start to say that you don't care about this, you don't care about that, then you should not care that that I don't know that people don't care what you think. No, really. But as soon as you say that, it's kind of like, then what are you even doing? That's the thing I don't get between the whole thing with men and women lately. It just seemed like all negative, but yet we're still sitting here talking about it for a reason. Why? Because you love women and you love you some men. So don't you think that says something? So why all the negative commentary? How can we move forward? And lately in the social media, because that's what it's all about these days, and our people, that's how they're communicating. Makes sense. Um, you just talk about the bad, like, oh, women just want this, oh, men just want that, and I'm just like, so we're gonna just keep talking about it because I mean, I'm starting to think people like this shit. Who's going to talk about something different, change the narrative, like move forward? And I'm dead serious right now because it's like I never hear solutions. I always hear just people saying, well, you guys are like this because blah 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 blah. I'm just like, man, it just that's what everybody's talking about. Nobody bumps, turns it up a notch or 20. Like sometimes you got to step way out of your comfort zone to get better or do better. See, this is the thing. I think people sell themselves short. I think people fear. getting in relationships and stuff, because then that makes them feel like they're locked down and they can't do what they want to do, right? Instead of just admitting that. Or how about you don't get in a relationship if you're going to cheat, because that's hard not to do, right? It's like they complain about one another and stuff, and it's like, why are you together? And then you get these groups that like to talk about these things, and it's like, none of you probably have no clue what you're talking about right now. That's fine, because I probably don't either, but bring it down notch, a little humility, and stop acting like you're the guru of everybody. I'm telling you, what's that guy's name? Kevin Gates, I don't, Samuels, who knows? I don't give a shit. And now everybody is just specialist on why women are single. Everybody but the woman. Who knew? Because I thought people was getting like certificates and stuff to be like psychologists and stuff. So I could be wrong. I could be wrong. No, seriously, because I'm here now. I got some advice, because it's okay. Like, it's from, people have their experiences, and sometimes they can share it. I'm a very insightful person. Just sometimes I don't share because there are people that don't want to hear a woman speak on certain things, and they'll cut you off. I'm only telling the truth. If I'm lying, please hit me up, everybody. And and you heard me say there's some people. It's true, because I've lived it, so I would know. So I just wait till I get my space, because I don't get that same opportunity. I get my space, you know what I mean? And or you get that, like, you don't know what you're talking about. First of all, boo boo, I know I'm not old. I'm only 42, but I know me. I know what I like. I know what I want. I know what I can offer. I know who, all that. Let the list go on and on and on. If you don't know yourself, don't put that shit on me. Don't mean I don't know me. That don't even make sense. But some people try to gaslight and think you fall for it. No, no, that don't work here. Mama and daddy taught me well. Taught me well. So, for those gaslighters, get help. Thank you. So, anywho, I feel like that this is two things I wanted to talk about. I feel like, and I know this is a long shot, but if people just were kinder to themselves and also did like things that they usually don't do, like if you don't read, if you don't do nothing, if you just watch TV and go to work, watch you go to work, and you don't know anything about life, and you're just like, what are you talking about? Go deep. What do they do that at? That's silly. No, I'm silly because I have no clue what I was thinking when I started talking to you in the first place. My bad. But no, I think that we need to realize that words, and we, first of all, we're human beings. We're made up of energy, and these lovely shell of bodies we have here. And so you think about that, and it's scientifically known that words have energy, words have power. If you didn't know that, if you don't believe it, sorry that somewhere growth wasn't on your list, like knowledge, seeking knowledge, like stuff like that. I don't know. It's just weird to me. But so they have energy, because if you can if you can use words to build, you can use words to tear down. So, like, say for instance, like how I was one time I was talking to somebody. We were talking about like hateful stuff, like things that were just hateful, and I stated that even though the things that are going on are awful and they're hateful and they're evil and all that stuff, when we give it all that attention and all that energy back, even if we're like reject, you know what I mean, speaking against it, you're still giving it power. You're speaking of it. You have to take the positive and just saturate it with, yeah, you have to get positive and you just saturate all that negative with positive. What I'm saying by that is, when we get those conversations and groups and stuff just to talk about what women want, and they basically are asking for way too much and not willing to and sometimes they be right. I mean, I can sit back and say, like, I be listening to the stuff that comes out of certain people's mouths, and I guess it's a certain type of, it's a different day now. or whatever. It's more about like he gotta have this, he gotta have that, and he gotta have this, before they get to anything worth of, any kind of substance or anything, that is more than just those things that don't make a person. So all those material things and stuff that you collect throughout in life, that would be first before love and kindness, romance. Got it. Wonder why she's single. No, seriously. This having COVID hasn't taught us anything, and then haven't taught us anything is that life is short. Sometimes people are way too critical of things or themselves, and you don't want to let it fly by and you miss it. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to say like everybody get out there and love, get you somebody, because I don't know what your issues are. You might not be ready. You might be hurt. I don't know. Don't know. But just remember too, don't let it consume you so much that you don't ever get a chance to ever experience it because you can't get past certain things. You're like, nope, nope. And that makes sense. Not everybody's for everybody, but for somebody that just is like, oh, I'd rather not. I think personally, I think you rather would. You just bad experiences. Don't want to go through the BS. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, people have done so many things that weren't worth it, and the thing, like over and over again. So I'm thinking that this might be something worth it. And so how we get to that better place or that healing place is the love language. And not, I'm not saying like love language too, like you gotta, like have love language. Not the same love language if you're just talking to your boo or your husband or your significant other. I mean, like when you're in those groups, let's start talking about, well, what are the things that make us that we do love about each other? You know, because then you'll be able to decipher, like, because all this other stuff is like, why do you even want to date women when it don't even seem like that they're making you happy? Like, I got all this negative list, and why do you even want to be a man? Because it seems like you just go buy a store or something or a shopping mall, and then you can have your perfect man, because that's the materialistic. So I had shot some stuff around like that, and I think there's one person in there, I don't know, they couldn't get it, or I think they was had flashbacks of a past heartbreak. That's what I was thinking. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not. Damn it, Brandy, shut up. Okay, carrying on. Um, so yeah, because I think that helps, because then you can start moving forward, and it'll change the mood of the dynamic of the group, and you'll start seeing each other in a different way. Or I promise you, it'll work, because I'm a believer. I know the power of words and vibrations, and definitely the right group. And within something like that, that would be required, because now you sit back, okay, I got all my cons and get my pros. Okay, makes you appreciate each other more, you know, because I get it. I believe it. I see it a lot of times. Um, People like to jump on bandwagons and stuff, and just like stay in your lane. Nobody asked you to come over here, mind your business. That's not what this is about, And then you said, like, for instance, I do think that a lot of times men get a bad rap when it comes to you know certain things that a woman would get away with. Okay, so say for instance, because we were talking about this earlier, uh, and I don't remember what the conversation was prior to it for us to even get to that one, but how, say for instance, if a woman does something or smacks you on the behind, you know what I mean? And then vice versa, you smack her on the behind. Now, okay, mind you that this is not even boyfriend, girlfriend, or not even seeing each other. So that'd be crazy, right? But it it's like a one of those things where women think that it's coming to the point now that I think women are getting so like on their high horse of independence and all that stuff. That's great, honey. That's fine. But you're still a woman and a man is a man. And it's like, if you don't want one, then just say it. But you don't have to act like you're on some whole movement and I don't need him because I'm independent. And I'm like, who are they having talk to people these days? Because I just don't understand. You know? Don't understand. Make it make sense. Yeah. I think I lost my train of thought there for a minute. Huh. Anywho, carrying on. I won't be on much longer. Um, so with that being said, I just think that the narrative needs to switch up because if you just stay, stuck on breaking down, why does relationships only last 10 years? Why this one only this and that? But like, why don't you take a break and just go, you know, let it, gonna be all right. Yeah. So that's what I was saying about a message because, and then it's crazy how people act like they have no idea. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's positive. So, but they rather talk about that negative crap. And it's like, and for me, being single woman, cool, it'd be nice, it'd be great to share a life with somebody. But I'm not thirsty. Not at all. A lot of men are here talking about how single moms need this and then this and that. And I just be like, oh my God. I'm just wondering, like, are you women because you guys know so much about us? And you can tell the woman about her, like, knock it off, please. You know, so nobody want to hear it because if you ask me the right questions, I'll answer. If you don't ask me, then if you ask me the right ones, I'll answer. But help me out, Haps. I forgot what I was about to say. Come on. No, seriously, I really did. It's not good. It's not good at all. No. Mm. Change the narrative, though. It works. It works. Because you want to do that. You want to appreciate one another. Okay, now that makes me remember what we're talking about. Men and stuff catching a bad rap with certain stuff. Just certain stuff. And I didn't say what it was either, so don't be over assuming that I'm on the side because it might not be something I rock with. That's all I'm saying. Now for women, it's your business. I can't tell you what to do. If the first thing that gets you going is guy with money. No, it doesn't look like you're excited about somebody else's money. Of course not. No, you're not at all. No, spend it. I mean, whatever you choose to do with it. Like to me, I find that to be kind of shallow. I don't know if that's the right word for it. Is it shallow, or in the words of Kanye, gold digger? You know, maybe I don't know. I don't know, but that's one of the ones that come off that are on the list. Like you get, and then the actual amount he got to make, like the nerve. Can we like teach his own to each his own? And then if she don't even have it herself, like if she don't have that type of money, and she's requiring it from a dude or that she's trying to pursue, then I know why they call us crazy. Yeah, because that is some crazy. But I know that I'm going to because my eyes are starting to get dry. And I know I didn't finish with the women. Don't worry, I'm going to because there's a plethora of things I want to say about, and I'm not knocking anybody or not trying to make it seem I'm better than or like I know. It's none of that. It's basically just like bringing something to the table, like a solution. Instead of just adding more of like what would I add? Because I'm not negative. I don't talk negatively about the other sex. You know, or a man. And if I did, it has nothing to do with him being a man. It's probably whatever topic we're talking about. So don't be fooled by that either. Uh, I got the crazy. Oh my God, guys, I got the craziest thought in my head right now, and I don't want to say it. And why would that crap my head? I'm gonna go over it first. So definitely follow me there, and I'm gonna go save that story for tomorrow because I've fell asleep on here before, and the trauma, was awful. My partners saw me on screen and they took pictures. I think I'm not sure. Yeah, I was asleep for 2 hours and had not a clue. So and then till it started to dawn on me. So yeah, so I'm gonna go to bed because I don't want that to happen again because it will. Till next time.